Ladies and gentlemen, bringing you another Art Bros here. Mike Q, on my left, Fancy Dave, as always. Yep. And we got a new guy joining with us, one of our big fans of the show, Mr. Julian Santos.
Hello.
I just give him his address, man.
So, today we are going to be talking about Banksy, some Banksy work. Specifically, if I can pull it up right here, Rage the Flower Thrower, which everybody knows.
So his name is Rage.
Is it? Is it Rage the Flower Thrower, or is it Rage, like the Rage of the Flower Thrower?
I don't know, I like to call him Rage Guy.
He looks like a Rage, you know. He just needs some gauge piercing, you know. An anti-eyebrow piercing.
So what we have here is this a stencil or what's going on here?
It is a stencil working. I believe it's it is a stencil working. I believe it's just a one layer stencil.
Right.
It's mostly depicted on black and white, while the flowers that the character holds are just in color.
Yeah, the flowers are like completely in color. So what we have here, you know, like as Julian mentioned, we have a man, a very upset-looking man.
Yeah,
right. He didn't get his receipt at McDonald's. He's upset about it.
He didn't get those McNuggets.
Yeah, and he's throwing what would probably normally be like a Molotov cocktail or something like that,
or a big ass rock,
But instead, we have that replaced with a bundle of flowers, which are brightly colored. Now, the reading that I've done on this piece, the flowers, especially that they're colorified, suggests that instead of waging war, people should be waging peace. So instead of throwing like a rock or a cocktail,
I'm gonna show my message of peace through force.
Yeah. I'm gonna force peace upon you.
It's ironic, but it's always so fun to look at.
Yeah,
it's a focal point of the piece. In fact, it's all colors. It is like also symbols hope and love, right?
It symbols hope and love. Yeah, so that's pretty much what we have. It's a satire, if anything, isn't it? It's a satire of what this is reminiscent of, in my readings, is the 1960s campus riots.
Yeah.
So, you know, instead, of course, we don't have a riot going on. I guess we have a flower throwing war going on.
Well, you can put the imagery of a riot going on. If you could play with your mind, you could put an imagery of a riot going on in the background, and while everybody riots and goes crazy, he's throwing flowers, and he's the only
one trying to make peace.
Trying to make peace.
Yeah.
Of a horrible situation.
So yeah, this is a commentary. I'm getting what I interpret from this is a commentary of, you know, make peace. Don't throw rocks.
Don't throw rocks.
Yes. Don't throw rocks at class.
They hurt, especially when they have sharp edges.
Yeah.
They cut.
But I mean, unless you're waiting too long at a bar, then by all means go rage.
Right.
That's my opinion.
So Banksy in general, what do we know so much about Banksy, or as I like to call the Banksy movement? What do we know about Banksy? Where did the origin? Where did this Banksy originate? Do we know?
I believe he came from somewhere in England.
Somewhere in England.
He started as a graffiti writer, but then moved into street art using stencils.
Right.
Because once he started getting cut too much, right?
Yeah, already he couldn't keep up this pace to get fast enough. And
he wasn't making too much of an impact on the graffiti writing movement, so he moved to stencils, which are easier to do.
You actually do street art, so how much easier is it compared to graffiti?
Oh well, I tried graffiti writing a long time ago, and it takes a while. It literally takes a while.
We're talking about like the elaborate stuff, like the outline and the color names.
Yeah,
is that what we're talking about?
No.
Because there's tagging and then there's graffiti.
Yes, there's tagging, the whole thing you do fast, or there's the whole graffiti murals you see colorful. They take a while, but the thing about it, they're free-handed. Everything there is free of movement. There's not much planning to go. Mm-hmm. Unlike when you do with stencils such as Banksy,
you have it set already.
Yeah, you have it set already. The thing is done. And it's pretty easy with the technology we have today. Just take an image.
What's the most widely used tool when you're making a stencil? Like cardboard, heavy paper?
Heavy paper. Although, if you're going to do like a huge piece, cardboard is the best thing out there because you have to tape them together.
Okay.
And heavy paper sucks.
Do you guys know what year this appeared? When this came up, do you guys know?
I'm not really sure on that one.
I mean, I've seen it around online when Banksy's name is mentioned, but I don't know.
Right.
I guess whenever he was more known for his political movements. So
Yes.
maybe early 2000s.
I would say so.
Yeah.
So the other thing about Banksy is there's also a theory that Banksy is more than one person.
Yeah, no one's put out a photo of him that
Yeah.
they can verify completely.
And there's so many different things that Banksy does.
Yes.
Like, its stencils change.
Right.
From the rat stencils, that was a copy of I forgot the original stencil guy that did the rats. What's his name?
Oh, the French dude.
Yeah, Black Lerat,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. He started with the rats as well, but Banksy did those rats. Then he moved into more of those political stencils, and then he did some installations and so on. So it's a variety of things, which
Alright.
just fits the fact that there might be more than one Banksy.
There might be. Oh man, that's crazy. There might be more
Because
than
he
one.
pops up all over the world.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's like it makes sense that it's more than one person, or maybe it's not even like an organized thing. Maybe people just take this idea of Banksy and they make art and then they call it Banksy. And if it's good enough, deemed enough to like be in that elite class of Banksy,
They all
go
contact
for
their
it.
beepers. That's
Yeah.
how underground they are.
Yeah, that's
With
true.
that,
They're so underground. They use beepers.
They use beepers.
Yeah. No, but I like the idea of we all think it's one artist, and I personally think that maybe it's a bunch of people copying Banksy but honoring him
Mm-hmm.
by saying it's his work and just making the movement grow. He's like Batman.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
So,
and he also goes at
The Dark Knight of street art.
yes.
I mean, but he's done commercial stuff before, so
What he has, huh?
yeah.
Well, once he became big, then he started making meals with.
And yet his
started
face
making
isn't
a lot
out
of
there
money.
yet.
Huh?
And yet his face isn't out there yet.
Yeah, no.
That's
I mean, the fact that his face isn't out there, it actually just goes more into the fact that mysterious who's Banksy and
Who is
draws
Banksy?
more attention to it.
Yes. Who is Banksy? Who is this guy? Well, so wrapping up, guys. Final thoughts. I see a satire of, well, pretty much just any some sort of like violent protest.
Mhm.
It's like, don't be violent, wage peace, don't wage war. That's what I get from this piece.
Yeah. It's a very simply done piece, except for the colors of the flowers. And as I'm seeing it right now, you can see the whole how you could take a picture, do it in Photoshop, and you can do it out there.
Right.
It was a very big piece too, right?
Yeah, it was pretty big. Actually, one thing that, since you said it's very simple, I actually also interpret the black and white of the flower thrower.
mm-hmm.
I interpret the black and white as the black and white of violence and non-violence of war.
Nice.
Oh snap, yeah.
Or you know,
There you go.
stencil paint is expensive probably.
Or stencil paint is
Actually,
expensive.
spray painting is getting expensive, man.
Yeah, so fancy? What do you got?
It's almost too simple for me,
Oh really? We got a criticism!
but you know, it gets his point across directly, and that's the important part, especially when he's trying to be as political as he is, or
Yes.
he or she or them.
Yes.
What, they're anonymous now?
Yeah, or Shem.
Shem.
Yeah.
Shin.
So no, I like that point. It's as simple as it needs to be. Awesome.
But
What do you got?
simplicity always works as finest, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what they always teach you. Always keep it simple.
And again, we're seeing it on the screen, so I don't know how different it would feel if you actually see it.
Apparently it's big, so maybe the
Yeah,
grandeur brings something else to the table.
There's that, so
Right. All right. Well, guys, thanks for joining us on this episode. Hope you like Banksy. We'll be coming back at you next time on the Art Bro. So until then,
next time.
peace out.
See ya.